Today would have to have been one of the most stressful days I have experienced so far. Today I was learning how to create proxies, which are smaller files that you use to edit with instead of using the large files that you actually have. It's a good workflow. I can see this now. Still hate fucking around with this sort of stuff because it's just openings for things to go wrong. So yeah, I was having trouble with figuring out the proxies and how it rolls and stuff like that. Just the program just kept crashing, and I couldn't connect to the internet properly to figure out what was wrong, and like it was so hard to message Ash, our teacher from university who's here for film tech support. Yeah, it was really hard just to contact him. I'd wait for hours just pressing send just to try and get this goddamn message out. Like, yeah, in the end it turned out that the problem was our files had 4 different channels of audio. So 1 line of audio, 2, 3, 4. And the proxies that it was trying to make only had 2 channels of audio. And because they need to basically be the same file but smaller, they just couldn't link together because it was different, fundamentally different. And I managed to figure that out on my own, which I'm proud of. Just sort of analyzing the situation, but I'm not really familiar with Encoder. This was the first time I've used it, and I basically had to figure out from scratch. I made some mistakes that I didn't know at the time because, like I said, I've never used it before. But when Ash came over, we figured out like the bits and the reasons and stuff for that. It got a bit stressful. I tried my best. I got logged out because I had to restart the computer because, well, when things break, you just restart the computer. But it was Aaron's computer, so I was logged out, and then I figured, well, I might as well just do some other stuff while I'm waiting on my computer. I tried downloading Premiere. Like, I have Premiere 2015, but 2017 is the one that I can do the proxies on, so it was like not really working. Yeah, and then Aaron sort of took over and was trying to do it himself. We got about up to where I got and then hit the same roadblock. He had a few other roadblocks along the way though, and that was stressing me out because that sort of thing is my job as the editor, not the director's job to worry about. And he thought he was helping, but he was just making me more anxious that I would have my job taken over from me. And also the fact that he wasn't starting to transcribe the questions he currently had. And I was really trying to encourage him, look, just don't worry about these large files. I will deal with them when Ash comes to talk to us and figure out what the deal is. Can you please just start transcribing while we have our translator here? And just sort of nothing. And then I gave him my files to work with because things. And he got confused with the naming conventions I'd used, and I also got a little bit confused. I'm like, fine, whatever, just change them to what you want. And then I realized, wait, I've already put these files into a lot of programs that I want to put them back into later. So thus it's important that they are not renamed because they won't link, and that freaked me out more. And I tried to explain it to him and he didn't seem to really get it, and I don't know why it's so important to him what it's called. Like, I could have just not named them anything and kept them as clip, you know, like I sort of like, my naming conventions were say B-roll or interview _ quarry, underscore shoot 1, 2, 3, depending on what day it was. And then a sort of description of what I could see in the video footage, because I wasn't there for the shooting, so I didn't know exactly what was happening. So, you know, family outside, dog and family, you know, just like, this is what I saw in the shot, so this is what the shot is. And yeah, I guess he could have just opened it, but he didn't have a program to open it on his computer, so it's like... But yeah, I had a bit of an anxiety attack at that point, and sort of went up on the roof to sort of calm down, lay up there for a bit, and decided that I needed to tell him that he couldn't do what he was doing and that he needed to stop, because he was undoing a lot of my hard work that I'd already done and spent many hours on. And I came back and he'd already fixed it and put everything back into place and stuff like that. And before I'd gone up, I'd heard Emma trying to tell one of our other group members, like, hey, you gotta help me here to tell him to stop. So I have a feeling that I was stuck up for when I was up there panicking, which was really nice. It was really nice. It felt really good, and I really appreciate it. Special thanks to Emma. Thanks, man. Appreciate. And Ash came in today and talked to us about our vlogs and what it meant for our assessment, because I'm not doing this just for the shits and giggles. This is a part of my assignment, even though I've vlogged way more than they want. But that's also for you guys. But we reflected on our vlogs and what they meant, and they're sort of supposed to talk about a story, about our own personal story, the hero's journey basically, where, you know, you start off and you're innocent, and then you go through a struggle and you overcome it. And I feel like I've grown a lot on this trip already in ways. I've grown closer to the girls, not so much the boys. There's a few personality clashes there that can't be helped. I don't have anything against them as people. It's just, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of their personalities, but I don't think there's anything wrong with not being a fan of someone else's personality. Like, you can't like everyone, you know? Can't like them all for who they are, but yeah, they've got skill and they still have a lot to learn though, a lot of them, and I do too, and I feel like I've made some progress and I'm overcoming my hero's journey. I have my struggle with this video editing. I've faced the conflict with others and like not being able to stand up for myself, but then reaching that conclusion that I was going to stand up for myself, but having someone already supporting me, which felt good, you know, like that I didn't have to put myself through that anxiety attack, because yeah, I was very anxious, but I was also prepared. Like I stood up and I was prepared, and for that I'm proud of myself. Yeah. But otherwise, more Proxy stuff tomorrow, and yeah, more boring editing work. Anyway, it was nice talking to you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.